Welcome to Red Hawk Radio. I am Sean Weisman here with my friend Henry. Henry, we got some stuff to talk about because we are here at Millett Hall with the Miami RedHawks play the Purdue Boilermakers in a women's basketball matchup. This will be an exciting one.
And you can't talk about a big enough game for the Miami RedHawks. Bringing in a Big Ten opponent, this non-conference game, one of their biggest games of the season up to this point, and definitely a challenge that they're going to have to face off against.
Absolutely. This will be the first power conference opponent that has played here at Millett since last season. Glenbox's very first win, actually, against Xavier, a 58-57 win versus the Musketeers, and an overtime thriller that was, too, with obviously a very different roster.
And obviously we're hoping for the same outcome or even better at this point. This RedHawk team has proven themselves up to this point.
Yep.
Only 2 losses and a chance to set the stage, especially as they go into conference play.
Absolutely. We're going to have the national anthem here in just a second. After that, we'll get back to our game, announce some starters, last-minute thoughts, and then we'll get right into the game. Thank you so much for listening to Red Hawk Radio. Welcome to Red Hawk Radio. We are here at Millett Hall. I'm Sean, joined by my friend Henry, and we have a great matchup. The starters for today for Purdue, it's Amaya Reynolds at the 1, Lombard, Collier, McCarthy, and Bass. And then for the RedHawks, we have Chandler, Gonzalez, Singer, Treader, and DeFries. Henry, what are you looking for today?
I mean, we can't go without unnoticing Destiny Lombard and Reagan Bass, the 2 leading scorers for this Purdue offense. Both players contributing 12-plus points per game.
Yeah.
And at the same time, the offense runs through them. They're going to be somebody that Miami is going to have to stop every single aspect of this game.
Absolutely. And Bass, a former Akron transfer, she's somebody you're going to need to keep an eye out for, but somebody that this Miami RedHawks squad has some experience with too, having played here last year in January of last year. And a couple other names I'm going to be curious about. Ella Collier, I mean, she's got one of the best resumes you'll ever see. Four-time NAIA All-American, who was previously recruited by Coach Gerald's at Marion, where she was previously. And then you also, two-time NAIA Player of the Year. I mean, that is a heck of a resume, and she's getting the minutes to deserve, just those accolades and stuff. So, I mean, she's also somebody we're definitely going to want to keep an eye on here.
And Sean, one of the best shooters on this Purdue squad. She's a hot hand.
Yep.
They'll find her at any aspect, especially down in the stretch, and somebody that can come in clutch for them.
Absolutely. A quick note here, Jordan Poole, the 5'7" freshman guard, had not been available for Purdue all year. She is on the active roster today, so maybe we'll get to see her this season. We're going to be about any second now here, going to tip off, but going through the names still. But in the meantime, we can also look at the RedHawks. What are you looking for from the RedHawks today?
And once again, just another standout player on the RedHawks side of it. And Juliana Gonzalez has continued to be Miami's highest productive offensive player. She scores.
She does.
What else is there to say?
Yep.
She scores, and that's going to be big for this Miami squad. Of course, Purdue has been in a couple of games, especially when it comes to ranked opponents, where they've been outscored, and it seems that they kind of lose hope. So RedHawks being able to score early, score actively, and just kill the switch on Purdue is going to be huge for them.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Henry. And a couple other notes, too. This is a Purdue squad that was picked to finish 16th in the Big Ten out of 18 teams, so certainly not high expectations. But last year they made it to the Great Eight of the WNIT. So their Coach Gerald has taken them to the postseason the last 3 seasons. So certainly no slouch of a roster by any stretch. And they've had one of the toughest schedules in the entire country. They've played 4 ranked teams. 4 of their 5 losses are to ranked teams. 4 potential tournament teams, too. They lost to Middle Tennessee. They lost to Kentucky, which is their last game. They lost to Maryland. I mean, they played some very, very good teams.
And, Sean, that's a huge point. This Miami RedHawks team, they've had some good wins, but just haven't played a ranked opponent yet.
Absolutely. Treader the tip. It goes to DeFries. DeFries to Herho, and we got this thing started. It's Singer, rather. Treader up top of the key. Gonzalez pump fakes. Far side. Back to Treader. Far side. 3. No good. Back to Reynolds. Reynolds pushing up the key. Getting hounded by Maya Chandler, rather. Still getting hounded at the top of the key here as deflection there from DeFries, and it's taken away by Singer. Back to DeFries, and no good. Too strong on the rim.
Nice active hands by Miami on that possession. Good defense, not letting the ball get into the paint.
Absolutely. Inside, that's McCarthy. Passes it back out to Bass, who misses the 3. Flicks out to the near side. Got Singer here, one-on-one. Passes the key up. No good. 3 from Singer. Or DeFries, rather. I'm sorry.
A lot of good attempts by both teams up to this point. 3 open three-point shots. None have gone in yet. Expect both teams to keep firing those away.
Absolutely. Reynolds gets the pass. Once again, being hounded by Chandler, who has not relented so far. And gets the steal. That's Singer, rather. Singer is just absolutely hounding her today so far. And after a scrum for the ball, it goes up to Chandler, who also misses the ball. Not Chandler, rather. That's McCarthy. It looks like Singer has the ball. Singer passes up a shot. It's Juliana Gonzalez, and she gets called for a travel outside the three-point line. Really good defensive possession there from the RedHawks, just not able to come away with anything amidst all the turmoil there.
And just a little bit too much on trying to get the drive there.
Yeah.
It was a good look, but this Miami RedHawks team doing everything you can ask of them on defense.
Lombard being guarded by Juliana Gonzalez, back to Freeze, McCarthy. Now back to Reynolds, near side. Tipped again, it is Singer. Scrum for the ball, Reynolds has it. It's going to be a foul, though.
And Purdue has continued to try to play that two-woman game on the pick and roll, but Singer has done an excellent job just being aggressive, not allowing the screen to affect her and getting multiple steals up to this point.
Absolutely. Rashunda Jones checks in for Amaya Reynolds. Reynolds, who's just getting absolutely hounded early by Singer, is getting a little bit of a breather as Lombard catches the inbound. It goes to Jones. Jones at the top of the key. A nice inbounds pass to Collier, who rolls around the iron and gets the bucket.
And there's Collier, who you mentioned in the pregame. A nice little roll to the middle, quick jump shot, and gets the first basket of the game.
Singer looking to get aggressive here. Stops at the top of the key to DeFreeze at the far side. That's Chandler. Chandler ball handling. Now to the near side. Another travel on Singer, and that's a couple sloppy possessions here for the RedHawks.
And once again, RedHawks wanting to drive into the paint, just unable to do so. They've done so far so well playing Purdue, but still are yet to see a score up to this point.
Absolutely. That's Jones at the top of the key, kind of dribbling around. Now comes to the near side, guarded by Singer. And Juliana Gonzalez up to Lombard. Juliana Gonzalez hounding her, hoping to get it to McCarthy. McCarthy looking for the ball. McCarthy not going to get it. Stops at the top of the key. That's Lombard. McCarthy finally gets the ball, but is fouled. Oh, that's a travel.
And great defense on the Miami end. Physicality is the name of the game.
Absolutely.
Up to this point.
Singer gets the inbound, guarded once again by Rashunda Jones. Now Treader, quick pass, now back to Singer. Finally crosses the top half of the key. Then Juliana Gonzalez looking for the pass, not going to get it. Treader, though, far side, inbounds pass. Round the rim, blocked by Bass. Really good drive there from Treader, just great hands there from Bass.
Yeah, Bass standing her ground there, keeping her out of the paint and playing good hands-on defense, get a block out of bounds.
Yeah, that block was off of Bass, so the ball will be Miami for the inbound here. Surveying, and Juliana Gonzalez catches the ball, top of the key. Treader sets a pick. Juliana Gonzalez near side. Singer three, no good, and that's going to be rebounded by Jones. Jones pushing it hard and heavy. She is moving and not quite able to get it just off the iron.
Almost snuck away with the Euro step, didn't get it, and Miami will steal the basketball.
Barely got away with one there. It was a nice fast break attempt from Jones, but not quite able to get it, and so Miami gets lucky and gets an inbounds here. Singer with the ball, getting guarded by Jones. A little bit of Javon Carter-esque, and she gets fouled. A little too aggressive there from Jones.
Jones looking to get a steal. Quick pickpocket after the nice fast break attempt, but can't get away with that one. As Miami will sub in.
Emily Bratton is going to be in. She's been out for about a month now. Able to get in. She's got the nice face guard, a little bit of protection there for her nose.
Classic LeBron James.
Exactly. Singer caught the inbound pass, moves up to the top of the key. Now to Treader. Treader inlet pass to DeFreeze. DeFreeze kind of swirling around, and it's going to be a foul on the floor. It looks like it's going to be on McCarthy.
And I love this out of the Miami RedHawks, attacking Bass right away, trying to get fouls on her early, maybe put her into foul trouble later in the game.
Absolutely right. She is the biggest person on the team at 6'4", only a freshman, but already getting heavy minutes as Singer looks to get the inbound, and Juliana Gonzalez, top of the key, guarded by Jones. Juliana Gonzalez pulls up, 15-footer, good!
A nice drive and jump shot for Gonzalez. Great move.
Now they're going quick. Purdue, now it's stolen, and Juliana Gonzalez racing to the basket. McCarthy one-on-one and able to lay it in for two.
Outrunning the defense. Great pickpocket from behind and steal for the RedHawks. Now up two.
Now Purdue's going to slow it down with Lombard. Lombard calling a play here, hoping for an inlet pass to McCarthy. McCarthy now looks to set a pick, but Lombard goes the other way. Now corner three for Collier. It is good.
And there's Collier's three-point percentage, as we mentioned. Sharpshooter from the corner.
Yeah, Collier a threat for sure as Singer wants to get something going and passes it off to Treader near side. Treader posting up her defender. Treader gets kind of tangled up here. It's going to be a jump ball. Treader kind of face planted into the ground, hoping to draw a foul. Not quite able to do it. It is 5-4 Purdue in the first 4 minutes or so. 5:45 left on the clock, and we got a couple subs here. Matt Chandler in for the game for Tamar Singer, and it looks like Katie Rashassan is going to be coming in for Treader.
whole line change for the RedHawks, looking to
Yeah.
get some fresh minutes for these players and keep them active.
And this is a two big woman kind of lineup they've got going here with Richardson and DeFries both out here.
Once again, trying to handle Bass on that defensive end. She is working her way into the paint and trying to post up and work against this Miami defense.
And McCarthy's a big threat here. So there's an inlet pass. That was to Collier, but was fouled. Looks like it was going to be on the floor.
A nice V cut by Collier there,
Yeah.
able to draw the foul and put themselves under the basket for an inbound.
That's Emily Bratton with her first foul. Lena McCarthy is going to come out. Kendall Puryear is going to come in. Puryear, 6'3" freshman. She catches the inlet pass. Richardson, a physical nudge, not a foul. And that's going to be a three-pointer that is good from Rashunda Jones.
Rashunda Jones spotting up, catching the quick pass, and a quick whistle by the refs there, but
Yeah,
nice shot by Rashunda Jones.
I think Richardson took a little something to the mouth on that physical kind of post up, and I think they're gonna. Refs are having a discussion now. Glenn Box not happy either because he's, you know, what's a player supposed to do in that position, especially against Puryear, 6'3", and very squarely built. The freshman is definitely not built like a freshman. Or had 4 points, 5 rebounds in her last game against UK, and she's a load for sure. And her and McCarthy are going to test the size, and it looks like it's going to be a timeout here for the RedHawks with 5:15. We will step away real quick. It is 8-4 Purdue here at Millett Hall. We really appreciate you listening to Red Hawk Radio. Welcome back to Red Hawk Radio. I'm Sean Weisman, joined with my friend Henry. And going to be an inbounds pass. Treader is back in for Richardson after just 30 seconds because of the kind of elbow to the face. Looks like she's receiving some medical attention from trainers as Treader gets the inbounds here. Gives it to Chandler, back to Treader, and Juliana Gonzalez. It's going to be a three-quarters press here for Purdue as Miami tries to slowly break the inbounds, get the break the press. Juliana Gonzalez traveling top of the key, inside near side. 18-footer, pure.
And Gonzalez already working on that jumper. Nice smooth shot, puts Miami within 2.
Gonzalez has been absolutely killing opponents the last couple games. 49 combined points in her last 2 games. She is a weapon. Just inside the three-point line is Bass, and it is a foul on Treader on the drive. Looks like it, can't tell, it's going to be on the floor. Yeah, it's going to be on the floor here. So that'll be for Amber Treader's first foul.
No team up to this point in foul trouble, but as this game continues, we'll be watching that closely.
Both teams are playing so physically too, Henry. You got to wonder when that could potentially start to factor in, especially in the fourth quarter.
Especially with this down-low play.
Yeah, with McCarthy and Purrier, you might have to burn a few fouls. Near side pass. That's Jones. Jones out far side pass to Lombard, and that is a three-pointer, but it looks like it's going to be an offensive foul. And that is going to wave the shot off.
And too much physicality underneath ends up being a bad thing.
Yeah.
Gives Miami the basketball back, and once again, another foul on Purdue down low.
Reagan Bass, the first foul, and her second turnover today as Purdue elects to go press again. And Juliana Gonzalez catches it just past, and Chandler gets it just past half court. Chandler driving, top of the key three, not quite, little short, and it's going to roll out of bounds, Purdue ball.
Not a bad look for the RedHawks, just unable to complete on that basket. Broke the press well and did a good job of keeping the pressure off of them.
Yeah, it felt like a little bit of a forced shot, don't you think?
It was indeed, but once again, just trying to get as many shots as possible, especially against this Purdue team who does seem to have the height advantage and able to get a little bit more second chance opportunities.
Down low to Purrier, who traveled almost immediately after receiving the ball. She doesn't really understand it, but I can certainly understand it. She took about 4 steps. She could have walked to China and back.
And some of that comes with being a freshman, as we mentioned.
Yeah.
A young player trying to be a little bit more physical than the other and just losing control of your steps.
I think, and that's a point you made earlier, Henry, is, you know, they have size. They have 6-foot guards. I don't think anybody at Miami is 6 foot on playing guard. Most of those people are playing forward. As they break the press, get it up to Juliana Gonzalez far side. She's doing a little crisscross here, not quite able to make anything happen. Richardson now top of the key. Looks like that Singer. Back around to Juliana Gonzalez. Fakes a three, not quite able to. 15-footer, free throw, jumper, good.
And Miami's offense up to this point, that mid-range jumper from Gonzalez, it's going to work all day. Let her continue to feed into that post area.
And now it'll be a Singer foul on the drive up the court. It just looks like some feet got tangled up, but regardless, it's going to be a foul. Singer's first. Lombard with the inbound, passes it to Rashunda Jones. Rashunda Jones comes near side, now comes back to the center of the court. That's Swanson. Swanson has the ball. She drives, not quite. Purrier, a awkward jump shot, but able to make it go. About a free throw shot there. It is 10-8 Purdue. As they break the press.
Toss over her head there on the jumper. Seems to work though.
It looked like I don't even know how to describe the jumper to the folks at home. It really is. It was an ugly shot. Richardson just inside the three-point line. Physical play into Treader, who tries to put up a shot, but not quite able to make it happen.
And once again, a good look from Treader, just unable to finish.
Purrier, quick inlet pass, and that's Swanson. Swanson passes it to Purrier, back to Purrier. Treader comes up with the bucket. That's Singer, 2-on-1. Oh, and she gets a turnover. That is number 34, Bass, who catches that one. Now Bask is going to get the three off, just off the rim there as Singer corrals the rebound. Looks initially to push it up the court, not quite able to do so. Now that's Treader and Juliana Gonzalez up to the far side. Juliana Gonzalez, crisscross. Long range shot, not quite a three though, and not able to make it as it's still 10-8 with about 2.5 minutes left for the first quarter. Now Jones trying to press it up a little bit inside the three-point line. Near side pass to Swanson, who tosses it out of bounds on an attempted inlet pass to Bass, and I see all the vision, not quite able to make it happen.
Miami doing a great job keeping her out of the paint, not allowing that pass to easily get in and end up producing a turnover.
Absolutely. That's Sophie Swanson's second turnover. There's a bunch of subs in, and Juliana Gonzalez, Treader, and are going to be out. Lucretia Edwards and Elsa DeFries are in. As DeFries catches it. Almost leads Singer out of bounds here. Singer kind of in the near corner here. Richardson kind of looking for the ball, not quite able to catch it, though. Singer throws it out of bounds. That is another turnover, and an ugly turnover, too, Henry.
And just a mistake that can't happen, picking up her dribble in that short corner and being trapped.
And that's where they want you, right?
Yeah, that's one that she can't get back, that she probably wants dearly.
And here is Jordan Poole, who we mentioned before the broadcast. Her first minutes as a Boilermaker. The 5'7" freshman pulls up a 12-footer, not quite able to go. Rebound, Singer. Singer looking initially to be aggressive, not going to make that happen. And Juliana Gonzalez, near corner three, back to Richardson. Richardson, the near corner three. Now DeFries is not able to make it happen as she traveled on the rebound down low.
Another good look from three for the RedHawks, just unable to find the basket up to this point.
Yeah, DeFries' first turnover today. And, you know, I can't say that this has been the cleanest game of basketball for the RedHawks, but yet, you know, despite the 7 turnovers from them in the first quarter, they're only down 2 to a Big Ten team.
And once again, we mentioned it, just staying physical with this team, staying into it, and just continuing to work into these late quarters.
Singer putting on a defensive clinic on Jordan Poole, closely guarding her. Now she goes far side. Poole looking for a baseline pass, and she gets it to Bass, who does not get the bucket. Camille Jackson looks like she might have got the foul. She came in for Richardson. Actually, it was going to be Maya Chandler's second. Looks like she's probably going to have to come out with 2 quick fouls here, and it looks like it's going to be Nuria Herho who comes in here. First minutes of the day for Herho, Jackson, and Edwards, so a lot of new faces here so far, but this also speaks to the depth of the RedHawks because they can go 9 or 10 deep.
And that's what we wanted to see out of the RedHawks, being able to switch lines, get fresh feet on the floor as Bass will shoot her first.
Bass drills that one, and yeah, you're right. I mean, it's so valuable for any team to have depth, but for a Mid-American Conference team to be able to play 10 players and play them and feel good about playing them, that speaks to the quality of recruiting that Box has done. As the second free throw rattles around, DeFries the rebound, passes it up to Singer. Singer at the logo, being guarded hard by Lombard. Lombard pressing her, she goes near side. DeFries with the three, an arcing three, not quite able to make it happen, but she comes down with her own rebound somehow at the far side. Now Edwards catches the pass, top of the key. And Singer with the three, near side, and she got it to go.
Hypes up the bench after that one. That's a big momentum swing in this first period.
And that ties the game at 11 here with 45 seconds left on the game clock of the first quarter. Now Poole, it looks like it was going to be an offensive foul. Was that a moving pick? I couldn't quite tell.
Nonetheless, a little bit of energy from Singer gets the bench into it, and you can feel it on this Miami RedHawk bench.
Absolutely. That's the second foul from McCarthy, so she's going to come out. It looks like it's going to be Petrie and Rashonda Jones in, Reagan Bass and Lena McCarthy out as Singer takes it past half court. Camille Jackson looking to set a screen. Finally does set a screen. Not quite a good one, though, as Juliana Gonzalez catches it far side. Singer looking for a three, gets a three, and does not make it as that ball rolls out of bounds despite a valiant effort from Camille Jackson to try to grab the ball as it was running out of bounds. Almost ran into, looks like one of the donors' chairs, as ball will now be Purdue with 24.7 seconds left. And I see what they were trying to do, trying to get a quick shot, maybe a 2-for-1, but it was an ugly shot, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, and it definitely hurts, especially coming down the stretch. Yet, this is a moment where you have to tell Singer, don't be afraid to continue to shoot. I mean, this Miami RedHawks scoring up to this point has mostly came through Gonzalez, yet being able to find another outlet and being able to find a three-point shooter is going to be big in this game.
Tamar Singer goes out. Hennessy Lou Brown her first minutes of the game as Rashonda Jones keen to just let the ball go, let the clock rather go down to a reasonable amount of time before she ultimately decides to drive. Collier setting a pick. Rashonda Jones still driving. Hennessy Lou Brown, great defense. Fight for the rebound, 2 seconds. No good on the shot from Rashonda Jones with 2 seconds on a layup attempt, too strong, and Miami escapes the first quarter without giving up their final basket, and it is 11-11 at the end of the first quarter. Henry, what are your thoughts so far?
Miami away in that last moment unscathed.
Yeah.
Which, for us, we could see it a little bit more clear. Very open shot.
Yeah.
Thank goodness that one missed. But Miami handling Purdue well up to this point. Purdue being able to knock down some threes hasn't caused Miami to lose hope. They're continuing to be physical, continuing to go after steals, and that's a part of this game that we're expecting to help Miami the most, is being able to go into fast break opportunities and possibly work down low, get people in foul trouble, and start making free throws down the stretch.
Yeah, this is a team that's shooting 1 for 9 right now. Miami, that is, who's shooting 1 for 9. Purdue shooting 2 for 3 from 3, and this is despite the fact that Purdue is last in the Big Ten in three-point percentage. Miami 4th in the Mid-American in three-point percentage, so certainly not what you were expecting to see. If you had to guess which team was going to be heaving up three-pointers, I think it's and making them, I think everyone would expect it to be the RedHawks. Well, in the meantime, we will take a quick break here at the end of the first quarter. We really appreciate you listening to Red Hawk Radio. It is 11-11, start of the second quarter upcoming. Thank you so much for keeping it here at Red Hawk Radio. Welcome back to Red Hawk Radio. Score tied at 11 as Amber Treader looks to inbound. Start of the second quarter. Tamar Singer looking for the pass. Singer almost loses her handle here from some aggressive defense by Lombard. Ball goes back to Chandler. Chandler now to Juliana Gonzalez. A long two, not quite able to make it. Tip around the basketball, still tipped around before Puryear comes down with it. And that's Petrie with the three in the near side. And Tamar Singer now quickly looking to push it up. Now she slows down a little bit, guarded by Lombard. DeFries thought about it for a second. Far side. Now the pass comes near side to Singer. Treader, top of the key. And Juliana Gonzalez, far side. Looking for a three. Gets blocked. Scrum for the ball. It's going to be a jump ball. There's a nice block on it. Juliana Gonzalez. I couldn't quite see who was made the block there, but
and just a forced shot that they can't have. Apologizing to DeVries after that one. Trying to play a pick and pop game, but just unable to come across clean. Purdue with a nice block and able to get on the ball.
It was Rashunda Jones able to get a hand on in Juliana Gonzalez's three, and that's an ugly possession, especially coming out of the quarter. Jones passes it down. That was to Petrie, who looked for a pass that looked like it was to Swanson, but not quite able to make things happen. The ball goes out of bounds, but it was tipped off Miami, so the ball will stay with Purdue. Lombard to inbound. Looking up top before she throws it down to Puryear, who is on the low block, and looks like it's going to be a charge on Lombard as she dribbled it from the near side three-point line down to the block and just ran right through the Miami defense a little too aggressively.
And Treader with a great play there, coming off of her girl and being able to slide over and take that charge. That's a big-time play.
She's improved a lot defensively. We already knew what you got from her offensively, 11 points a game last season, 7 rebounds, and honorable All-American as Singer drives the ball, gets stripped by Bass, though. No, not Bass. That is Petrie. Petrie passes it up to Swanson. can't see who was that who Swanson ultimately lost the ball. It's going to be off of Purdue, so it'll be Miami basketball.
And Swanson just trying to do too much, tries to step back, loses control, and ends up committing a foul, which is just not something Purdue needed in that possession.
Singer bringing it up the court now, guarded by Swanson. Singer still being guarded by Swanson after a quick pass to Treader. Singer to Herho. Top of the key, Treader now far side, and Juliana Gonzalez. And Juliana Gonzalez drives near side. A really physical take and a missed layup there, but it will be a foul on the shot. That foul is on Sophie Swanson, her second. And you got to imagine she is going to come out with a quick 2, and she does.
And Gonzalez needs to continue to drive.
Yes.
Needs to continue to be this production through the offense. At some point, Purdue's going to have to step up and start taking away her mid-range jumper, opens up opportunities for everybody else.
Reagan Bass comes in for Sophie Swanson and Juliana Gonzalez puts her first free throw up and misses. Score still 13-11 with about 8.5 left here in the second quarter. Gonzalez taking her time before she finally puts the second shot up and makes it. 13-12 now. Purdue still leading.
And almost a breath of relief from Gonzalez after
Yes.
she nails the second of two.
I think she just needed to see one go in the basket. Joan looking to take the ball up. Start and stop. Throws it far side. That's Petrie. Petrie down to the low block. That's Swanson. I mean, not Swanson, rather. That is Bass. And Bass tosses it out of bounds, although it looks like it was deflected off Miami, so it'll stay Purdue basketball. An attempted pass to a near corner 3.
Quick hands of this Miami defense on the baseline,
It's been
not letting anything go by.
Yeah. Pass inbounded to Bass, who triple teamed, but they're going to call it a foul, though it looked like it might have been all ball, and the Miami home crowd certainly agrees. That'll be a foul on Angelina Gonzalez. I mean, I don't know about that one, Henry.
Bass definitely got away with one there. Ends up catching the ball way too far into the basket.
Yeah.
Tries to push back into the Miami defenders. Looked like a strip from Gonzalez, but
yeah, Richardson and Treader were both there as well. As Bass puts up her first free throw, but misses. That is her second missed free throw. Only 1 for 3 from the free throw line today. Wonder if that could come back to haunt them. As Bass, not a great free throw shooter, but, you know, 76% isn't a slouch by any stretch, but not quite hitting them today. She does hit the second, though, as Nuria Herho catches the logo pass, and now Singer sitting in the corner, picks up her dribble, now gets it back. Richardson, top of the key, thought about a 3, and Juliana Gonzalez cutting, but doesn't get the pass. Now Singer driving to the basket, near corner 3 faked by Treader. Treader still looking. Herho now drives, and it's going to be a foul. Looks like it's going to be on Collier. Yeah, it'll be on Collier.
Definitely got a blessing there with that foul. Struggling to get spacing, especially when the ball goes into the corner. Need to work a little bit more towards the top of the arc just to flow the offense a little bit better.
Absolutely, and there's not a lack of three-point shooting either, which is interesting. As the inbounds pass goes to Juliana Gonzalez, top of the key. She looks to drive near side, now fakes the drive, comes back top of the key, now sits at the logo. Guarded by Rashunda Jones at the top of the key as Nuria Herho looks like she's screaming by, and now it'll be a Treader 3, but isn't quite able to make it. But then a putback by Richardson and able to make it in, and that is 14-14. All tied up here at Millett Hall with 7:22 left in the second quarter.
And a selfless play there, firing off to get the offensive rebound and put back.
That's Purrier underneath the basket being double teamed. Bank shot not going to quite make it, but Bass with the rebound. No, it's stripped by Angelina Gonzalez, who's looking to push it up the court, pass to Herho near side. Singer now swings it back around to Juliana Gonzalez after a pass from Treader, and Juliana Gonzalez gets it stripped, but Juliana Gonzalez able to get it back. Now the ball is all over the place. There's 4 defenders who have touched it. Now Singer top of the key. Herho 3 near side, not quite. Now it'll be rebounded by Purdue. That is Lombard.
Almost felt the top come off of this building if that 3 went in.
Seriously. And that'll be a foul by Herho, who took some disagreement with that, although I think unfortunately the refs are right in that sense. That will be on Nuria Herho's first foul, and that was on, couldn't see who that was. I think that was, it was Collier.
You know, we don't have the stat, of course, of loose balls in our possession, but up to this point, it seems that the RedHawks have almost taken 100%, if not very close. So
Seems like it. Petrie catches the inbound pass, gets it right back to Jones. Jones top of the key, looking far side. Now a far side three. Or is it going to be a two-pointer from Collier? I think it's going to be a long two from Collier as Tamar Singer now catches the inbounds pass. Near side. Really favors that right hand when she's bringing the ball up the court. Richardson now top of the key, and Juliana Gonzalez far side. And Juliana Gonzalez holding the ball, waiting for it. Tamar Singer catches it near side. Tamar driving, not quite able to make the layup. Almost had it rattled around the iron, but rebound by Lombard, and Brigham Bass rather, who gets it to Lombard, who Lombard is now driving. Purrier puts up a basket and got it.
And Purrier using her body to make some space and make a big-time layup for this Purdue team.
Yeah, physical 1-2. Guard double-teamed at the block there and able to make it happen. And Juliana Gonzalez far side. Now a three-pointer. A little too strong. Rebound Lombard. 18 to 14.
Three is hurting Miami up to this point.
Yes, it is. Camille Jackson guarding Lombard, who throws it out. Looks like Lombard thought Collier was going to cut back to get the ball, but instead she didn't. She looked like she was going to run kind of to the near corner here. But Camille Jackson, great defense, able to force a turnover on the Boilermakers. And Boilermakers have a lot of turnovers for a team that's winning by 4 so far. And, you know, it's impressive that they've been able to stay in this game, but when you shoot 46% from the field, and as opposed to Miami's just 27%, that will happen. Now Singer going far side this time. Might have heard what I had to say about that. Now she drives near side, puts up a layup, not quite able to make it happen. Not enough juice on it. That ball now to Collier. Collier scanning, looking, now to Bass. Top of the key, getting juggled all around. 3 different people had their hands on it. Now up to Jordan Poole. Poole kind of hesitating a little bit, waiting for a play, waiting for a pick from Purrier. Not going to get it. Purrier almost a moving pick there. Poole still top of the key. Collier now drives far side. Oh, that's a travel. Yeah, that's a travel on Collier there as she got a little too anxious to get a shot off or a pass. You couldn't quite tell what she was trying to do there, but regardless, she was very much a walking woman right there.
And just tried to do too much.
Yes.
Did not play patiently and unable to produce something good out of that one.
Yeah, she looked very anxious to just do something, and yet she ended up doing nothing. As Tamara Singer takes it up far side, guarded by Jordan Poole. Now pass up to Richardson at the top of the key. Chandler now takes it near side. With Richardson now near side three rather. No good. Rebound by Singer. Now down low to Treader. Treader weaving, trying to get something up, and it gets blocked by Bass. Great block there from Bass. Really physical play there from Treader, but not quite able to make anything happen. Now Poole top of the key, looking for a sign here. That's Collier. Collier not doing anything, though, despite Poole's insistence that she do. Poole pulls up from the free throw line. Short. Rebound Chandler. Chandler coming far side. Initially wanted to push it forward, rather. Now pulls up. Hands it to Singer. Now Juliana Gonzalez, top of the key, holds her dribble. Now she picks it up. Puts it back down on the court. Chandler far side. And Juliana Gonzalez gets the ball far side again. And it's stripped. Destiny Lombard gets the strip. And now she wants to go coast to coast. Not quite able to make the floater happen, though. And the ball is out on Purdue.
And you did a great job with the call there. Coast to coast, back and forth.
Goodness gracious.
Both teams just trying what they can to get drives, unable to. And if we haven't talked about it enough up to this point, the play of the centers and forwards, just keeping people out of the paint, not giving them anything.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's been impressive that they've been able to keep a team that is, on paper, a heck of a lot bigger than them and not really allowed them to use their size at too much of an advantage, at least offensively. So, I mean, that's certainly an improvement upon, you know, there's been other teams who really did it. Western Kentucky did it to them and beat them by 19 because they had multiple 6'2" guards. And now they're not letting any 6-foot guards get in the way of them here. And as a result, only 4-point game. Well, we'll take a quick timeout here with a media timeout here at Millett Hall. It is 18-14 Purdue with about 3:54 left in the quarter. Thank you so much for listening to Red Hawk Radio. Welcome back to Red Hawk Radio here, 19-14 now, as there was a far side long two from Purdue that was adjusted and made a three after a review. DeFries in for Rashassin as DeFries catches a far side pass. Singer top of the key, not Singer, that's Chandler rather. Now Singer near side, Treader back to Singer. Singer near side still looking for an inlet pass to Treader, but not quite able to make it happen. As it looks like the ball, can't tell who it's off of. I think they're going to say it's off of. Yeah, they're going to say it's.
Wow.
It's a foul. Yeah, it was a steal by Jordan Poole, who pulled down the rebound, which was impressive considering that there were two girls who are 6 inches taller than her around her. She was able to pull it down and then gets fouled, get mugged immediately after by Treader. So Treader's going to be out, Rashassin back in, Chandler's going to come out, Hennessy Lou Brown will be in. As Tamar Singer guards Jordan Poole rather. Gets it to Lombard, near side, looking for a three, finally pops a three, no good, too short. After a scramble for the rebound, it looks like it's going to be Purdue basketball still. Looks like it's going to be off Rashassin.
And that's just a long step back when you think about how far their three-point line is versus the male three-point line. She took that from the men's three-point line, and just a step back that is just not needed right now for Purdue.
Lombard with the inbound. Looking for Collier, finally gets it to Purrier after a physical inbounds, who hopes to post up Rashassin, not able to quite make it happen, but Bass rather with a long two, not able to put that in either, and Juliana Gonzalez with the rebound. Now Juliana Gonzalez pushing it, drives near side, and it's good!
A nice strong take. Ball got tipped on the way up, still able to put it in for a score.
Beautiful drive with a quick, and a quick throw up the court to Purrier, and she's able to steal a cheap two. The score now 21-16, Purdue. RedHawks still hanging around, not quite able to make anything happen though. DeFries top of the key. DeFries now stops free throw line. Singer near side drive rather, and doesn't make it happen. Jordan Poole with the rebound. Now Jordan Poole pushing the ball down near side. Hennessy Lou Brown guarding her. Now in Juliana Gonzalez on the defense as Lombard catches the pass far side. Now Jordan Poole catches it top of the key with Singer still on her and glued to her at the hip. Now Poole pulls back. Passes to Purrier. Top of the key. Now to Collier. Collier looking to drive. Nice spin move. Not quite able to make anything happen. A great pass, though, to Bass, but not able to put it up as she missed the two. Kind of hit the inside of the backboard. As Juliana Gonzalez pushes it quick. Throws up a two. Misses her own rebound. Scramble for the ball, but it looks like it will be Purdue ball as Juliana Gonzalez had the ball, but unfortunately had possession of it when it was out of bounds. I mean, really gritty stuff from her. Just shots aren't falling for her today, unfortunately.
They're not. Trying to fight for that second chance opportunity with Purdue players all around her, just happens to fall out of bounds. She's continued to take good looks, just feels like there's a lid on the basket up to this point.
Absolutely. Lombard at the logo, now pushes just past the half-court mark with Singer draped on her. Now that's Lombard, rather, who catches it. That was Jones who had the ball previously. Lombard catches the ball. Oh, she drives to the middle of the free throw line. Gets the tough bucket and a foul for Lombard. It'll be a foul.
Physical take by Lombard there.
Yeah. Rashassin with the hard foul, rather, and she's going to be out. That's her first. Matt Chandler going to be in, playing a little small ball. I think Glenn Box prioritizing outside shooting here, as this isn't a very tall Purdue lineup out here either. Lombard makes her free throw, rather, and is now 24-16, as Purdue's been able to open up a little bit of a lead here with about a minute and a half left as Singer drives it near side. DeFries top of the key. Now passes it far side to Chandler. Chandler looking for something, doesn't see anything. Now Herho far side. Herho passes it down to the low block to DeFries. Freeze on Purrier. One-on-one and gets fouled, as looks like it was Petrie who kind of mugged her, but yeah, I think they just called a travel on DeFries right before she got mugged, so it ended up being a travel and a turnover, her second today. Jones pushing it up the court, and Singer gets called for a foul, and she can't believe it. And that is not good. That is number 2 for Singer. And it looks like
someone they're going to need down the stretch.
Definitely.
Especially with their physical defense.
For sure.
These guards at bay.
Yeah. No, you're right. Elsa DeFries in, Amber Treader in now. Elsa DeFries out, rather. Amber Treader in. This will be a first free throw shot. And it is good for Rashonda Jones. 4th point of the day. 25-16 Purdue as she puts up her second. That one also goes through. And it is now a 10-point lead for Purdue. And you feel like the RedHawks got to get a bucket here or else this thing could really open up here in the second half.
Yeah, Miami held scoreless. It's been a minute since they've been able to find any offense, so big possession here.
Chandler catches a pass near side. Now to Treader, far side. Singer. Corner jumper, nope. That's Herho, who probably took a couple steps. Chandler now near side. Chandler looking to drive, still dribbling. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Chandler top of the key. Now to Singer. Singer knows there's not a lot of time left. Now Singer goes for a drive near side, but it gets rejected by Lombard with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. You're going to have your best inbounds play, and you're going to have to do it quick.
Yeah, only a second for a quick shot or quick
Yeah.
tip.
That'll be Chandler on the inbounds. You're hoping to, like you said, get a tip or something. It'll be, and Gonzalez puts up a shot, not quite able to make it though. Rebound by Herho, who puts it up, but it is blocked by, Petrie before it goes out of bounds. I think that's going to be off Purdue, so it'll be Miami basketball, but it will not be, it'll be just an out of bounds throw in. It won't be underneath the basket here.
Not a bad look on that inbounds play.
No.
Gonzalez able to come off 2 screens and find an open shot. Ends up hitting the rim and giving Miami another chance for possession.
In terms of scheming, that's definitely one of Glenn Box's better plays for sure. Now Singer sits logo, waiting for the play. Now Treader, far side. Juliana Gonzalez drives near side. Turns her dribble around, now goes far side. Now comes near side. Now Chandler driving. Now comes all the way back far side. Now she's near side, but there is no time left on the shot clock. 12 seconds left in the quarter, and just a lack of ball knowledge and situational awareness there really hurts the RedHawks. And Glenn Box just not happy with his RedHawks. And Camille Jackson and Elsa DeFries going to come in. He was not happy with the offensive execution in that last set there. And looks like he's going to go with his defensive reinforcements here as Singer comes out, Camille Jackson in. Kendall Purrier is going to be out. Ella Collier is going to be in, looking for some shooting on this last possession. Now 11 seconds. Camille Jackson draped all over Jones. Now Jones looking for a shot. Passes it. Oh, it looks like it was going to be stolen by Jackson, but they're calling a foul.
Looked like a kickball, and that's a
kickball.
That's
you're right.
Tough kickball.
Yeah,
foul,
it
in my
is.
opinion, just because of she seemed to almost be able to steal that away.
Yeah.
Which usually kickballs are called more egregiously.
Sure.
Still called nonetheless.
Yep. Well, with 5.7 seconds left, it is a Purdue 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here, though. What are some things you want to see, though? I mean, with only 5 seconds left, what are some things defensively that you want to see from the RedHawks? Maybe an adjustment they make, something maybe personnel-wise you want to see?
I mean, they got to play physical on the inbound pass. Don't let an easy inbound pass result in an easy play for this Purdue team.
Yeah.
Keeping them at a 10-point game going into halftime is going to be a lot better position than giving them any type of momentum going into the half. So just do not let them get the ball in. And if they do, put enough pressure on them that they're not able to run the play they want to run.
This feels like an imperative possession here because a 12-point game feels a heck of a lot worse than a 10-point one. It'll be Layden, McKenna Layden, her first inbound. It's tipped at a Chandler rather. Chandler driving. Tries to heave up a shot off balance, but gets fouled before doing so. 1.9 seconds left. I imagine that if they decide to review this, they will probably put a couple tenths of a second left, extra tenths of a second left if they elect to review the time on this. But regardless, Chandler, this is actually the best case scenario here, though. The clock stopped. Chandler able to get 2 free throws as she sinks the first one, and boy, a single-digit lead just from a morale standpoint has to feel so much better. Chandler puts up the second one, no good. Purrier with the rebound has to heave up almost a full court shot, but doesn't even hit the free throw line. And so at the conclusion of the first half of basketball, it is 26-17 Purdue. What are your thoughts, my friend?
To end that half, that was just about
Yeah.
as perfect as it could have been, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Played great defense on the inbound, ended up getting free throws and being able to make it a 1 point, or rather, not a double-digit score. Like you mentioned, looking up at that scoreboard, seeing single digits feels a whole of a heck lot better than double digits. So definitely a good thing for Miami as they go into this half, but need to continue to find ways to score. They've been shut out from the three up to this point. I think only making 1 of 13 attempts.
1 of 13. I mean, that's dreadful. For a team shooting 34% from three, which is a very, fourth in the Mid-American, that's brutal.
It hurts. It hurts, especially when a lot of those looks were open looks.
Yeah. And those are and to add on to what you were saying, Henry, those are the shots that you need. Those easy buckets are the ones you have to make because the hard shots are a lot harder against a team that's as long and as physical as Purdue.
Yes, they are, especially those paint shots, as you mentioned multiple times, just the towering duos that have been put there for Purdue, just unable to get much in the paint. That's going to be where they have to hit some more shots down the stretch.
All righty, well, with about 14 and a half minutes left until halftime is over, we are going to go to break here and come back here for the second half. We really appreciate you listening to Red Hawk Radio for the first half of basketball. We have an exciting second half against a power conference opponent. Please don't miss it. We will be here for the action. We'll be back in 15. Thank you so much for listening. Hello there and welcome back to a second half of basketball. I am Sean here with my friend Henry, and score is 26-17 Purdue with about 20 seconds until second half starts here at Millett Hall, but a power conference opponent playing power conference defense against this Miami RedHawks. Tell me about the shooting struggles so far, Henry.
Miami's been unable to find their three-point shot up to this point. 1 for 13, which has just been the name of the game.
Yep.
Purdue has found their way, making three up to this point, which we mentioned before, below the charts in Big Ten in three-point shooting. Miami actually being one of the top shooters in the MAC. That's a struggle that Miami couldn't have going into this game. They're lucky it's as close as it is up to this point, hoping to find that stroke in the second half.
And like I mentioned before, I mean, this is a Purdue team returned 0 starters, was picked 16th in the Big Ten. And, you know, so this is a very winnable game, and Miami's just not is shooting themselves in the foot consistently. Inbounds to Singer, who gets it to DeFries at the top of the key. Gonzalez drives it far side. Now DeFries near side three, no good. Rebound by Collier.
And once again, another open look, just unable to find it.
It's a continuation of the first half, Henry, absolutely. As Lombard catches it far side. Now Jones near side. At the logo now. Still dribbling, waiting for something to materialize. Now passes to Collier near side. Collier looking for something, not going to find it. Collier now logo, and Gonzalez almost stripped it. Now Collier gets the ball back. Now she dribbles. Now she's on her knees, and time expires on the shot clock. She kind of tripped. Looks like she might have tripped and fallen there as she was driving near side. And it's a nice turnover, a very lucky one.
Miami back to that physical defense, played Collier well, and ran out of time just trying to do something.
Singer driving far side, now stops at the free throw line, tries to get an inline pass to DeFries. Now it's one-on-one. It's Jones who takes it to the basket and gets two.
Nice coast-to-coast play by Jones and a physical layup at the back end.
Yeah, and that was over Treader as well, who has a pretty significant height advantage too. Now Gonzalez near three, no good.
Another open look for Miami, unable to fall. Good little hezzy move by Gonzalez, just can't find it.
Absolutely. Now it's McCarthy, who got a little too eager to drive it. Caught it at the free throw line after a pass from Jones, but traveled as she was trying to kind of transition into the dribbling portion, but forgot the dribbling portion, Henry.
Got a little too excited seeing an open lane and forgot to put the ball on the ground.
Absolutely. Pass up to Emily Bratton, playing in her first game in a month with some pretty heavy face protection. Now Gonzalez catches it near side. Chandler now far side pass. Far side three, no good. Rebound by Bass. Now pass back to Jones, rather, who gets it to Collier near side. Now top of the key, Bass just inside the three-point line. McCarthy gets an over-leveraged Amber Treader, goes right around her and gets the two. And now Bratton tries to pass it up the court, and it gets stolen by Lombard. Lombard passes it to Jones, who passes to Bass, but not quite able to make anything happen. It gets stolen again. That was Chandler. Chandler now pushing it up the court. Comes near side, and now coming top of the key. Treader near side. Now Juliana Gonzalez. Gonzalez driving into heavy traffic and no good. A really tough contested shot at the rim.
Whole lot of contact there. No call as Purdue the other end.
A wide open three for Lombard, but no good, and a physical rebound from Amber Treader, who was battling against McCarthy, who was about 3 inches on her, and a very good rebound here as Chandler now sitting near corner with DeFries. DeFries top of the key three, finally gets one to go.
And another good look for the RedHawks. Great stroke there and puts Miami only down by 10.
Now Bratton smothering Jones here, gets it to Bass, now gets it to the near corner. That's Collier. Collier now dribbles it, top of the key. Inlet pass, tries to hand it off to Bass, to Lombard. Lombard now catches a pass, far corner three, and she gets it to go. 13-point lead, 33-20, 6:45 left for the third quarter. Now Chandler surveys far side. DeFries has the top of the key. McCarthy in her face, though. And Juliana Gonzalez gets a very open look on a pick and kind of a pick there, but it looks like it was too physical of a pick from Chandler, who gets caught on the foul, and that's her third. And yeah, that's a pretty rough foul, isn't it, Henry?
Just got a little too handsy on the
Yeah.
screen. Ended up having a little bit too much of a grab, which is the reason Gonzalez was able to get so open. But
Yeah.
another foul that sits her on the bench and might be a couple of minutes before we see her back on the court.
Yeah. Gonzalez, pretty upset about that one. McCarthy has it now, guarded heavily by Rashawson. Now it's picked away by Breton. Ball on the floor still, and Juliana Gonzalez dives down. It is a jump ball. Touched about 4 different Purdue and Miami players before ultimately ending up in Gonzalez's hands, and it's a jump ball. So possession arrow. Refs discussing it. Now they're going to call a foul on this?
Yeah, late call.
Yeah, a pretty late call after some discussion. Okay, well, Herho is in. Bratton is out. Herho guarding heavily and gets called for the foul almost immediately, much to her dismay. And the Spaniard goes, who, me?
A little bit too much body there at the top of the arc, trying to cut her off, unable to get in front of that screen before a nice drive by Jones to draw a foul.
You're exactly right. She tried to kind of slide underneath, but instead got so close to the attacking guard, ended up getting the foul there. As Gonzalez guards Jones. Pass now down to, it's Collier who had the drive, but it was swatted away, but actually ended up off Collier.
And what a rejection from behind, able to get all ball and knock it off of the Purdue player.
Absolutely. Now Gonzalez pauses for a second, now takes it up the court, goes from near to far side, looking for some offense to materialize. Now Rashawson catches it near side, drives just past the three-point line. Shredder now takes the ball, top of the key, and Juliana Gonzalez now has it. Juliana Gonzalez has the ball still has it now, passes, fake the pass now, driving, gets stonewalled by McCarthy, now has to take a deep three, and it's good! What a three from Juliana Gonzalez, a fadeaway 30-footer at the top of the key, and it is a 10-point game for Purdue.
A step back tween to get some energy in this gym.
And Juliana Gonzalez pressing. Lombard, now ball goes to Bass. Bass top of the key inside to McCarthy. McCarthy trying to drive, gets triple teamed, and it's a travel. McCarthy once again called for a travel, and the freshman just too eager to get a shot up, it looks like.
And so quickly, Miami able to flip the momentum in this game. Now an opportunity to get it back to single digits.
Juliana Gonzalez with the inbounds pass here, and once again, trying to break some pressure here from Jones as Rashawson takes a three, and it's good!
Miami finding their stroke from deep. This is what we've been waiting for, and something that Miami is happy to see, especially in this third quarter. Chance to completely flip the script.
Katie Rashawson walking down the court with some swagger as Nuria Herho now guarding Jones. Jones tries to pass it to Bass inside the paint. It's a jump ball, very physical. Looked like about 4 RedHawks down at inside the paint, and it's going to be possession arrow for Miami as there is a timeout, and that Miami bench and the Miami crowd loving what they see.
What a defensive possession. Knock down a three, come back the other way and force a jump ball. Pretty much what the coach wrote up, and Purdue needing to call a timeout there just to calm down their players, tell them to continue to work offense and just slow down a little bit.
Absolutely, and that'll be immediate timeout at the 4:50 mark. So Miami, after getting down 13, able to cut it to 7, 33-26 with 4:50 in the third quarter here. We will be back in just a minute. Thank you so much for listening to Red Hawk Radio. Welcome back to Red Hawk Radio. Red Hawks only down by 7, 33-26 with 4:50 left as Juliana Gonzalez takes the inbound, guarded heavily up the court here by Rashunda Jones, rather. She lays off a little bit. Now Gonzalez at the logo as she drives near side. Gonzalez looking, hesitating. Nice behind the back here. Passes it to Rishasan, just past the top of the key. Gonzalez now dribbles. Now Nuria Herho drives the ball, physical, and it's a foul on Purdue. Shooting foul.
Doing a great job continuing to run around the court and just finding an open look there on the nice little in cut, drawing a foul.
Absolutely, and she is so improved offensively from last year. She was averaging about 2 points a game last year, and she's not getting as much opportunity, but being way more efficient with that opportunity and able to make it happen, although she misses her first free throw and hopes to get the second to make it a 2-possession game here as misses the second. That is a missed opportunity for Nuria Herho and the RedHawks, and Glenn Bach's not too happy about that. Looks like it's going to be Tamar Singer who's going to be coming in for Herho in just a minute. Rashunda Jones takes it, rather, that's Lombard. Lombard driving, gets a pass at the free throw line to Bass down low. Bass does not get the layup to go. Now Herho pushing the ball up the court, 1v1. It is Collier on her. Now she does a little circle around the basket but doesn't actually shoot. Now dribbles up baseline. Now Treader with a near corner three, no good, and a foul on Herho, and she is not having it. It was a foul on the rebound on Jones, on Herho on Jones, and that'll be her third. And I think she was already, Glenn Bach's already had plans to take her out, but I think that kind of solidifies. She'll be out a little longer than I think he was hopefully anticipating. That's Collier now taking it up. She hasn't really done that much today. It's been mainly Jones who's been taking it up the court. I mean, it's Lombard now near side. Juliana Gonzalez heavily pressing her. Now Treader guarding Bass. Bass looking for a baseline pass. Doesn't get it. Now gets a baseline pass to Jones, and a beautiful one, but doesn't get the layup, and Gonzalez stepped out on the rebound, and she definitely did, but she is not happy, slamming the basketball down twice. Can't blame her for being unhappy about it. It was a great opportunity. I think she got so eager. I think she saw a breakaway opportunity there, Henry, but unfortunately didn't realize that she was out of bounds when she saw said opportunity.
You know, it's all fun and games at the end of the day. Gonzalez having a laugh at the ref, but definitely got to watch it just a bit. Make sure nothing comes out of that. No need for unnecessary technical fouls.
Definitely not. As Lucretia Edwards is in now. Looks like there's a foul. Katie Rishasan has a foul. Looks like she was kind of getting a little too physical with Purrier there. Kendall Purrier, the freshman, a matchup against the senior Rishasan. Now the inbounds to Collier. Now down to low to Purrier, working a post move, physical post move, and doesn't get the basket, but gets the foul, though it looks like it was straight up, and that's going to be on Rishasan. That's going to be her third. And so Rishasan now picking up 2 fouls in a matter of 6 seconds, and I'm not so sure about that second one there. Looked like it was straight up to me.
And you know, Purrier has yet to been able to do this up to this point as Miami's continued to play well in the paint. You know, we could say as much as we want about not wanting that foul called there, but able to draw one, put herself in the line, and that's what we mentioned before. Miami doesn't have a lot of height. Losing a big player down in the paint is going to hurt down the stretch.
Elsa DeFries is the only player on Miami's roster listed above 6'1". Purrier 6'3". It's definitely a bit of a mismatch for the McDonald's All-American nominee as she takes a jump shot free throw, sinks the first one as it is 34-26 now. 8-point lead for Purdue here with 3:23 left on the clock. One of the more bizarre routines you'll see from her as she has a very funky shot, but nevertheless able to make it 2 for 2 despite, you know, not really being all that good of a free throw shooter, just a 58% free throw shooter coming into this game as Singer tried to be aggressive, looked to take it near far side rather. Now takes it far side, inside, but does not get the basket. Bobbled around a little bit by, looks like that was Treader. Now it's finally bobbled back to Gonzalez after a pick. Drive by Gonzalez, and it's going to be, okay, that's going to be a charge on Gonzalez, as she was going for the drive there. Very good. I mean, very good defense from Purdue also at the same time, though. And Juliana Gonzalez, once again, just being very aggressive, maybe a little bit to her detriment there.
And a great play by Trotter to set that one up. Like you mentioned, just Gonzalez going a little bit too fast.
Absolutely. Collier, top of the key, now passes it far side. That's Swanson. Swanson now looking up, guarded by Lucretia Edwards. Still sitting far side, now picks up her dribble. Now Lucretia Edwards on her. Now Purrier gets the ball. Now Bass gets a really great outlet pass from Purrier. And it's a layup for Bass. Score 35-26 now with 2.5 minutes left in the third. Now Tamar Singer looked for a drive for a second. Now Rashawson, now Treader passes it far side. Couldn't see who caught that ball, but now it is Singer who catches the ball. Now Singer back far side. Singer looking for a three, puts up the shot, and it's good!
Big time shot by Singer. Knocks one down, puts Miami into the game.
It's a momentum shot right there from Tamar Singer. A team looked like it was a little hapless offensively, able to finally put one through. A drive here from Swanson, who kind of weakly pushes out a pass to the near side. Finally, Jones able to corral the ball and pulls up from about 20 feet, but doesn't get it to go. Rebound Gonzalez. Now Gonzalez looking to potentially push it, now does. She drives, she puts up the bucket, no good, too strong, but gets fouled. And that'll be a 2 shots potentially to make this a 6-point, once again, a 2-possession game. You know, it feels like for about, I don't know, 2 quarters now we've been saying that. Yeah, just they could get it to a 2-score game, you know. Haven't quite been able to do that.
And it just comes down to free throws.
Yep.
Open three-pointers and just opportunities over and over and over again. You know, Miami in a good spot here. Once again, chance to put some free throws on the board and a chance to put themselves within 2 scores.
Collier and Jones out, Lombard and Petrie in as the Mercer transfer takes her first shot. And once again, no good. That makes the RedHawks 2 for 7 from the free throw line. And I'm sure in a post-game interview, Glenn Box is going to point to that if the RedHawks fall on the losing side of this game, as to that being a key there. But Gonzalez makes the second, redeeming herself somewhat, and the score is now 37-30 with about a minute and a half left here in the third. Tamar Singer guarding Petrie. Petrie now drives, kicks it back out to Bass for a long 2, and they're going to call it they're going to call it a 2. Looked like they called it a 3 initially for Bass. A long 2 though, assist by Petrie. Singer passes it to Treader. Treader looking to drive, now throws it to Edwards, and that's a 3 for Edwards there, and that is beautiful.
And a
beautiful
nice response there by Edwards. Big time score for Miami.
Absolutely. Hasn't had a ton of minutes for the RedHawks. I said Juliana Gonzalez gets a breakaway pass. 2-on-1, but not quite able to make the wide open layup, and she comes up gimpy, trying to hobble her way back. It is 4v5 right now for the RedHawks. Lombard looking to take opportunity, but loses the handle, and it gets back to Tamar Singer, who's trying to weave her way through traffic. Now going down the court, passes it to Treader, who gets fouled and not able to make the layup. 2 shots coming for Treader as well, who has also not really had a rhythm the last couple games. 2 for 5 against Dayton, and not really able to make a whole lot today, but thankfully able to potentially make this up to a 4-point game with 2 shots coming here.
And Gonzalez is going to take a beat after that one. Looks like she strained her calf a little bit on that layup. A nice coast-to-coast play, just went up, lost something in her calf. However, Miami able to come back right down the floor. Singer making a great decision at the end, dumping it off and drawing a foul.
Yeah, Lombard tried to, which this is the smart thing to do, to try to take the 4v5 opportunity, but put up a poor shot. Didn't really have full control of the ball, and Singer able to come away with it, get it up to Gonzalez, and Gonzalez able to get it to Treader. Obviously, Gonzalez wasn't able to put it through, but eventually Treader able to draw a foul here. Treader, not a bad free throw shooter. It makes her first one. Treader, a 79% free throw shooter coming into this game. The All-MAC honorable mention puts last year's All-MAC honorable mention puts it through. It's a 4-point game now for the RedHawks, and then here come those RedHawks. I mean, this was a 13-point lead for the Boilermakers, now down to 4 with 33 seconds left on the game clock here. Looks like maybe They'll try to get this down as much as they can. That's exactly what it looks like as Jones sits in the corner here, kind of waiting for some timeout. Tamar Singer guarding her pretty heavily. DeFreeze trying to deny a baseline. Treader trying to direct her here. DeFreeze guarding, that's Singer guarding Jones, who kind of tries a Patrick Mahomes-esque pass, kind of diving and throwing it to the far corner for a three-pointer, but it was a personal foul on Treader with 6 seconds left, and she takes ownership. She says, that's on me.
Yeah, just a tough position there she was put into, trying to wall off and just unable to get to the spot before committing the foul.
So 6.4 seconds left, 4-point game for the RedHawks, and looks like there's going to be some subs in. Puryear out, Reagan Bass in, Gonzalez is back in, Chandler is out as the first free throw is missed by Rashunda Jones. And Rashunda Jones played with both Amaya Reynolds, who has started this game, and Mila Reynolds, as misses the second one as well. 3 seconds left on the clock. Gonzalez with the ball. Gonzalez looking to push it up and gets fouled with 0.5 seconds left on the clock. I was just mentioning, though, that the Reynolds sisters, Mila and Amaya, both played high school basketball with Rashunda Jones. So there are 3 players who went to North South Bend High School in South Bend, Indiana, and yet opted to be a Boilermaker.
Talk about a powerhouse of a program.
Absolutely. They won 2 state championships together, the 3 of them, and made 4 state finals.
It's a very solid resume.
Absolutely, and a quick heave, not quite able to go through from Treader, only had a half second to try to make it happen. I think the shot would have counted if she had somehow been able to make the basket, but no cigar, and so Miami able to whittle it down the lead to 4, and so we have a 39-35 ball game. Folks, don't go away. We got 10 more minutes of basketball, and you better be sticking around. We'll be right back here at Red Hawk Radio. Welcome back to Red Hawk Radio. I am Sean here, joined with my friend Henry. And Henry, last quarter, what are we thinking? What do we got?
I mean, we talked going into that third quarter of the three-point inefficiency for the Miami RedHawks. Starting off the quarter, struggling once again, 0 for 4, but then bouncing back 5 for 6 of their last 6, which
that's
a positive trend.
That is a positive trend. It certainly bodes well for the RedHawks in this fourth quarter as Reagan Bass, the Akron transfer, takes the inbound, passes it to Lombard. Lombard now passes it to Collier. Collier looking for an inbounds in-line pass rather to Bass. Now Lombard stops, looked like she was going to drive. Now Bass loses her handle. It's going to be a foul, though, on Treader. That'll be her fourth, and that's Rashawson comes running right onto the court. You know she's going to come in. I imagine that'll be Treader's last minutes for the foreseeable future, as that's her fourth, and you definitely want to save her for crunch time. That's a big offensive loss. You know, your second leading scorer has to come out for the final, for the next 5-6 minutes here. Now inbounds to Lombard, back to Collier. Collier looking for a near side. That's Petrie rather, and that was now Bass. It's going to be a foul on Elsa DeFries. It doesn't. Not sure exactly. It must have just been a reach-in foul for DeFries. She doesn't really understand it either.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Didn't look like much of anything, but nonetheless, the call was made.
DeFries, the recruit from the Netherlands, a great find. Started every game for the RedHawks. One of the 2 freshmen to do so, along with Singer, as that was Petrie who tried to drive but missed the layup, and now it's going to be a jump ball. A couple high fives from Gonzalez and Rashawson as they were able to jar that kind of loose and force the jump ball. Okay, DeFries passes it up the court to Singer. Singer dribbling near side. Now past half court. Really taking her time here. Now speeds up her dribble. Dribbles from far side. Now stops. Passes to Rashawson up the top of the key. Rashawson looking for somebody. Not able to find anybody. Now passes it to DeFries. DeFries far side. Singer driving far side. Now gets stripped from behind. Stops. Finally collects the ball. Stops at the top of the key. But I think it's going to be a timeout from Box. Yep, with 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Didn't really like offensively the set that they had going on, and so hoping to reset a little bit here with 9:06 left and still a 4-point lead for Purdue.
And a very good timeout there. Still a lot to burn and just saving a possession.
Yeah. Looks like it'll be a media timeout here, so we'll step away for just a minute. Pretty early media timeout, but regardless, we will step away. We'll be back here in just a minute. Welcome back to Red Hawk Radio here, 39-35, 9:06 left with Tamar Singer looking to inbound the pass here. Actually, it looks like maybe they're going to switch it off. Nope, Singer will stay inbounding as the set gets called in.
A lot of movement.
Yeah, they're really trying to figure themselves out here. Looks like the YMCA is still part of the problem, which is why they can't do anything about it. They have to wait till the YMCA ends here. I mean, who can blame them? The crowd's into it. You might catch me getting a YMCA in here.
This might be the longest.
I'll tell you though, this is definitely
inbound I think we've ever experienced. There we go.
I'll tell you, it was unusual for sure. As Tamar Singer looks to inbounds the pass, gets it to Rashassin at far side. Now passes it near the top of the key. Gonzalez. Now back to Edwards. Time expiring on the shot clock and nowhere close for Singer. About 3 feet off the basket. A very deep three, not able to connect, and so shot clock violation for the RedHawks. Unfortunate considering they had a set play out of the timeout, and they yet just looked as inept as they had the first 22 seconds.
Yeah, that was just a long-lasting play. Seemed like it needed more time to develop than they had.
Definitely. Now switch to a zone here from the RedHawks as it's Petrie who now passes it off to Lombard. Now Lombard back to Petrie. Down to Bass, and now inside to Lombard, who passes it. Mid-range jumper from Collier is good, and now it is a 8-point game here for Purdue.
Good look for Collier there on the short corner.
That was a very good zone-beating play is what that was. Wide open, like you said. Now far wing three from Edwards is pure!
And Edwards making 2 of her last 2 3-point shots. Hot hand in the corner.
Definitely. You got to imagine they'll try to scheme up a play for her at some point later down the game. Juliana Gonzalez defending Petrie on a bank shot 3 from Purdue and a timeout. Looks like it's going to be, is that a Purdue timeout? I couldn't tell. Another media timeout though regardless, and so we'll step away here once again. With 8 minutes exactly on the clock, 44-38, the score, Purdue leading. Still some time, though, for the RedHawks to come back. Thank you so much for listening to Red Hawk Radio. We will be back in just a minute. Welcome back to Red Hawk Radio. 8 minutes left in a 44-38 game in which Purdue is leading. Miami with the basketball. Tamar Singer being guarded very heavily here on the inbounds by Lombard. Singer kind of weaving back and forth on the far side here as gets past half court. Now Treader, top of the key. And Juliana Gonzalez now drives. Now hesitates, now drives again. Puts up a shot. Too strong, but gets fouled. That's a nice shot, though. Nice attempt, though, regardless from Gonzalez.
Great job getting to the line, being able to put herself in another position for free throws and continue to compete for Miami.
That's 4 for the Big Ten All-Freshman team recipient Rashunda Jones last year. As Gonzalez, another missed free throw. And the look on her face says it all. She is not pleased with that missed free throw, nor would anybody be, but especially somebody with as prolific of a scoring record as she does. It's a little bit of a surprise for the Mercer transfer. I think they're looking to sub Jones out here. As Gonzalez, they're doing a little wipe of the floor, making sure everything's squeaky clean as Gonzalez puts up the second free throw, misses again, but it looks like is it going to be off? Yeah, I think it's going to be off Purdue. So second life here for Miami, and a chance to redeem in Juliana Gonzalez's 2 missed free throws as she's going to set the inbound here. Still scanning. Singer, top of the key, wide open 3, and it's pure! Tamar Singer trots back, points to the fans, and boy, that was a nice 3 and one they desperately needed.
And Purdue just loses her behind the arc, wide open, nails it down.
Looks like they're not going to sub Jones out. They are going to sub Jones out. It's Collier in line pass to Bass, who gets blocked by Treader. But it's going to remain Purdue basketball for the time being. 7:20 left on the clock. 3-point game for the RedHawks. As Petrie gets the inbounds, but it looks like it was a foul on the screen. I think it was a moving pick here. And that's going to be on Purrier, the freshman, making a pretty freshman mistake. And, you know, for somebody averaging only 16.3 minutes a game, she sure has gotten a lot of run regardless.
Yeah, and just once again being a little bit too forceful at the point of attack.
Absolutely. Gonzalez, top of the key, looking for Edwards. Doesn't get her, though. Passes to Singer. Now far side. Now that's DeFries. DeFries looking for somebody. Now Treader passes it. That's Singer. Singer. Nice jump shot. And that's a 2-pointer for Singer.
And Singer putting the game into her own hands.
Yes, she is.
Back-to-back big buckets.
Yeah, she has taken over this game offensively and defensively. She is hounding Lombard right now. Jones, rather. That's Lombard. And then passes it off to Purrier. Not Purrier, rather. That is Collier. Now gets it near side, far side, rather. And it's going to be a foul. And the ref's trying to kill the crowd here a little bit after a very nice 5-point stretch there from the RedHawks. And looks like it'll be Purdue ball.
Looks like a hook on DeVries.
Yeah.
Once again, battling down low. That's going to be a fight we're going to continue to watch for the rest of this game.
For sure. That's her second foul. Pass to Purrier. It's going to be a foul now on DeFries again, who goes, me?
Hook again.
Uh-huh.
Purrier just physical.
Very physical. I mean, she is the biggest person on the court at pretty much all times, and DeFries is 6'3", so she is not small by any stretch. But that's back-to-back fouls in a span of 4 seconds as Bass gets the inbounds. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Purrier down low, just rolls around the iron, doesn't get it to go. Now Tamar Singer trips and falls, able to collect the ball now. Treader going to bring it up the court, waiting for Singer to take it. Nope, never mind. Treader is going to stop her dribble at the logo, hand it to Singer, who has it at the logo as well. Now goes near side, far side rather. Treader, top of the key. Passes to Gonzalez, waiting for DeFries. DeFries on one-on-one. Oh, a pass to Edwards. Wide open pass down low to Edwards on a streaking kind of play they had designed there. Hit her feet and went out of bounds, and that will be Purdue basketball. Chance to potentially take the lead for the first time since the first quarter, not quite able to make it happen. Still 1-point game for Purdue. Now Singer being hounded. Hounding rather. Lombard now gets help from Treader. Gonzalez is guarding Collier. Lombard now still has it near side, guarded by Treader. Bass has it top of the key. Now far side. And that's a 3 from Collier, and that is good. And that'll make it a 4-point game for Purdue.
And Collier picks up where she left off, making her second 3 of the game. She's 100% from behind the arc.
And that is a season high, in a career high in a Purdue uniform for Collier. That is 12 points for her. Previous high of 11. As Tamar Singer catches the inbound after it got knocked out of bounds by Lombard. Now Singer stops after driving past the Treader now to Edwards in the far corner. Edwards looking to drive, hoping to get a 3, not able to get it, but Treader now gets the pass, tries to throw up a shot, hits off the side of the backboard. Now Edwards, deep 3, top of the key, no good. That place might have exploded if she hits that one. That was a Steph Curry range 3, and the Lombard gets the rebound, and now Collier taking it up the court, guarded by Edwards. Edwards still guarding Collier. Now Collier wants to drive, triple teamed. Now passes it back up to Bass. Bass guarded by Treader. Now deep 3 from Lombard, and it's good on the far side, and now it is a 7-point game for Purdue.
Quick progression there, Purdue. Lucky to play a good enough defensive hand to not let Miami score. Comes down, hits a huge 3 in this moment.
And now Treader a 3, a good play design, was open. Now Gonzalez gets the rebound though, and after the Treader miss, and Gonzalez driving, kind of circles around, trying to draw the foul, does, and doesn't get it to go. Boy, it feels like there is a lid on the iron right now for Gonzalez, seemingly in the second half, and upset, but regardless, going to get 2 shots and a chance to close this back down to a 2-score game with 4:18 left on the clock. Gonzalez puts up the first one, sees it through. 6-point game for the RedHawks. 4:18, like I mentioned. Gonzalez, 16 points on the day. Still good. You know, somebody left early, so they're not going to count the free throw, and instead it's going to be Purdue basketball as Collier takes it up the court. Collier still driving all the way down, all 94 feet before passing it off to Bass at the free throw line, and gets fouled by Tamar Singer. That is a mismatch in terms of height. Bass 6'2", Singer the smallest on the roster at 5'4", and Singer a little too physical, and that'll be her 3rd. So Rashassin will come in for DeFreeze, but Singer not too happy about that foul call, and I'm not sure how you stop that in that kind of situation there.
Just play a physical stout hand and just unable to. Ends up drawing a foul, which bonus now.
That's right, and so that's the first free throw made for Bass, so 7-point lead here for the Boilermakers. Time starting to run out for the RedHawks to make something happen as the second free throw falls through and is good. 8-point lead now for the RedHawks. Just over 4 minutes left in the 4th. Singer far side. Passes it to Rashassin. At the top of the key now Edwards, near side. Passes it to Treader. Treader looking to drive. Bangs down low. Gets a jump shot, not jump shot, rather a layup, but gets blocked by Bass, deflected. Passes it up to Lombard. Now Purdue with numbers, and now Lombard going to slow things down here for Purdue. Lombard, Stephen F. Austin transfer, previously played at LSU, still at the logo. Now passes it to Petrie. Petrie still far side, now looks for Bass. The Akron transfer battling down low. Now it gets stolen by Singer. Singer now racing down the court. Singer still driving, now stops herself about 10 feet short. Treader for 3, got it!
And Treader following behind the play, catches a quick outlet pass and nails one down.
Really good vision there from Tamar Singer. Had 2 defenders down the court with her as she drove it, stopped, turned around, and gave it to Treader on the far side for a 3. As Purrier now passes it down to Bass, down low, and it's a foul. Ooh, not so sure about that, as it looked like it was all ball, but regardless, that's going to be another foul. I think that might be on Treader. That will be, if that's on Treader, that's no good. That's Angelina Gonzalez, thankfully. That'll be her 3rd. And free throws now for for Bass again. And Reagan Bass, a good find in the portal for Coach Carroll's. Been one of the main contributors for this Purdue squad. She puts up the free throw, and it's good. 6-point game, 2:53 left in the fourth. Bass, one of the only Ohio native from Strongsville, just past Cleveland. Would be about 3 hours and 45 minutes from here, but that's why she ended up at Akron in the first place, you got to imagine, as she hits the second free throw. It's now a 7-point lead for Purdue. Singer comes near side, now tries to drive. Stops at the free throw line, now passes it to Rashassin. Wide open three, no good. Rattles around the rim, too strong, and rebound for Purdue.
And that was a three that would have helped a lot in this situation.
Definitely.
Miami now down 7. Just needs a big defensive stop.
Definitely. Need buckets, need stops. And that's what they're not getting either of right now as Petrie passes it to the far side to Bass. Bass now driving. She stops at the MAC logo. Now looks like a long two for Lombard in the far side, and it goes in, and it'll be a 9-point game now for Purdue. As got to imagine, you got to wonder when Glenn Box calls a timeout. It just has not been a good stretch offensively for Miami. Tamar Singer trying to make something happen, gets fouled though by Puryear. Singer still down, rolling a little bit, and hopefully she is okay. I think she's going to be okay. Yeah, it looks like she's going to get up under her own power. Yeah, able to get up, thankfully, as she's been a big contributor. Still walking a little gingerly, but waves off Box, says, nope, no coach, I'm good. She's trying to stretch that knee out a little bit, that calf muscle.
And someone who's played physical the entire night.
You're right.
Just battled and battled, defensively, offensively.
Yeah, Singer 31 minutes tonight. Only Gonzalez has more for the RedHawks, and Singer been a stalwart defensively. I mean, like I mentioned, she's only 5'4", but she has plays about 5 inches taller, it feels. And Rashassin, a quick pop pass off the inbound, no good. Rebound Purdue by Petrie. Petrie passing it up the court to Collier. Now Collier to Jones, who will hold it at the logo, trying to burn a little time, under 2 minutes here. Being guarded pretty heavily here by Singer. Now passes it to Collier, who passes it to the far corner for a three from Jones and gets it.
And that's a silencer with only 1:30 left.
That was Lombard, excuse me, on that. But regardless, that's 14 for Lombard and a 12-point lead now for Juliana Gonzalez, who tries to take a quick drive to the bucket. Does not get it to go, though, so Purdue possession once again. And now Jones trying to drive, now passes it down to Bass, who kind of ricochets off a couple people but now I think it's Miami ball. And now Gonzalez coming up a little limp on her left. Holding her left calf for a second, and you hope she's okay, but pressing matter is right now they're down 12 and they're going to need buckets.
Yeah, Miami needing to score and score quickly if they want a chance in this game.
Singer gets deflected on a three at the top of the key. Purdue gets the rebound, and now a quick up-court pass to Petrie, who fakes a shot on Lucretia Edwards. Lucretia Edwards bites, but now two-pointer from, couldn't tell who that was. Two-pointer, though, regardless. That's a 14-point lead. Now a timeout for Miami. It was Petrie. So with 56.6 seconds and 14-point lead. Things are looking grim for the RedHawks, and a game that they definitely had a chance to win, and I'm sure Glenn Box will tell you all about it, that he's had chances, his squad's had chances to win.
And how quickly things happen. I mean, you mentioned the need to call a timeout and allowing Purdue to continuously score in a situation where you need to stop badly for them to go down back-to-back times. One situation in which they're making a three. Timeout was necessary just to cool down your players, and just never came. And ultimately Purdue able to go 14 and pretty much put this game away.
A 9-0 run in the last minute 57 here for Purdue, and they've, like you said, they've been able to kind of ice things, unfortunately, and it stinks too because this is obviously a very beatable Purdue team, like we mentioned. This is a Purdue team that you know, obviously has some talent, but also very inexperienced. No returning starters, only 6 returning players, period. And a squad that I don't necessarily know if Coach Katie Gerald's had any tournament aspirations. Obviously, you want to play as hard as you can, but I don't necessarily know if she thinks this is a tournament team. But, you know, a power conference opponent at your place, a great opportunity to score a big win, and fortunately, RedHawks just came up short at the wrong time.
And, you know, you want to stay positive. You're playing a Big Ten team once again.
Absolutely.
Looking at your conference schedule coming up, you want to continue to be able to compete.
Gonzalez getting a quick 2, a 20-footer at the far side of the court, and quick timeout now from Miami. That's Gonzalez is 18, so it's a 12-point game. The assist for Richardson, and that's the 3rd timeout of the game for Miami. 53.1 seconds here, 12-point game for Purdue. What do you see Miami needing to do down the stretch here? Obviously, make some buckets, but what will it take?
You know, Miami's going to come out in the press. That's the expectation.
Definitely.
They played well on defense, been able to create tips. If they can create a tip, score quickly, do not necessarily need a 3 in this situation, especially with their shooting percentage up to this point.
You got to imagine, you got to imagine with the amount of foul trouble that this team is in. I mean, you see how many different people have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different players have 3 fouls for Miami. You got to imagine once you start getting into fouls, the game might start to ice the game. So you really, like you said, you're just going to have to get some turnovers, like you mentioned. You got to imagine, and hopefully get a couple quick buckets so you don't have to rely on fouls to really ice this thing. Because with 53 seconds, Purdue can ice the game more or less with 1 bucket.
And 73% in this game alone from Purdue at the line. So definitely not a team you want to send to the line if possible.
Definitely not. Yeah, Purdue as a team shot 63.6%. So actually the 17th out of 18 teams in the Big Ten, and yet they're really out shooting that mark today. And in a clutch moment too, is it's like Petrie trying to get her an inbound, and they're pressing, and looks like they're maybe trying to foul, and they finally do get a foul called. It looks like it might be Gonzalez who gets the foul called on her. And that'll be on Jones. So Jones will get to shoot 2 for Purdue. 50.6 seconds left on the clock, and now, like you mentioned, it's just, you just got to hope. I mean, obviously you don't want to get into a foul situation, but it kind of sounds like, you know, unless you get a quick turnover with the amount of time left, you kind of just have to. And you might just have to absorb the foul trouble and maybe have to dig deeper into your bench should it get to that. First free throw up and good for the 5'8" sophomore from South Bend, and Jones has certainly played well. She's had the majority of the ball handling today and hits the second one. 14-point game still, and looks like a timeout, another timeout for the RedHawks. I wonder, looks like they're going to draw a play up here, so certainly looks like they want to keep competing, which I admire. I thought initially when they called that timeout they just wanted to get all their people in so they could play against a Big Ten team, but it looks like Glenn Box is going to play to the whistle. And this is a Purdue team that he is familiar with. He was previously a coach in Indiana, so he definitely has some experience playing the in-state rival, the Hoosiers. Hoping to score a win against them. Obviously, it's not quite looking good right now, but crazier things have happened here at Millett Hall.
Yes, they have, and you know, you never want to give up on a game.
Definitely not.
The very end. But
no, especially against a big-time opponent like Purdue. You know, a team you were the Miami's 2-7 all time against. They've only played twice since 1985. So not a frequent opponent, but regardless, a big-time opponent and one you want to set a big statement up on and want to play hard to the whistle. Edwards, a step-back three-pointer, little off the mark and falls out of bounds, and so that'll be Purdue ball. 49.3 seconds. Edwards is the person you want shooting that. I mean, she hit back-to-back threes earlier, but a little short. Purdue able to get the ball back here with 49 seconds, and now Camille Jackson going to sub in here for Treader. Camille Jackson coming in, Herho coming in, Lucretia Edwards coming in that inbounds. DeFreeze and Edwards out. And Treader out, rather. Now Lombard pushing it. Jones pushing up the court. Tries the layup, but gets fouled and does not make it. So it'll be 2 more shots for her, and it sounds like she's going to. at this current rate, it's going to be a lot of free throws for her for the rest of the night.
Yes, and once again, another set of free throws with an opportunity to ice the game out, as that will actually be Gonzalez's 5th and final foul.
Yep. Yep, that'll be your 5th, and that's a big blow for Miami, obviously, when you need scoring and, you know, you lose your leading scorer. That's tough as Jones sinks the first one. So it's now a 5-possession game, 15-point game, and yeah, you got to wonder where 5 possessions is going to come from. Make that 6 possessions as the second free throw falls through, and so Singer obviously going to play fast, push the ball up the court. Singer, top of the key, goes for the 3, misses, rebound Bass. Now they're going to press. Edwards trying to press on to Bass. Bass able to get it up the court, and it looks like they're going to let Purdue dribble it out. Time coming down, 65-49. Looks like it'll be the final, though Jones looks like maybe she has decided that will not be the case with 5 seconds separating shot and game clock. And Jones will take a shot at the free throw line. It's good, and so actually it'll be a 18-point game as Chandler looks like Chandler up the court. 8 seconds left, loses her handle at the baseline and drives it and scores. Able to get a basket to cross the 50-point mark, and Rashunda Jones gonna dribble at the ball here as the time ticks down, and that will be it for us here at Millett Hall. The final score, 67-51. A really close game up until the 4th quarter, in which it was outscored, in which Purdue was outscored Miami 28-16. What are your takeaways?
Miami competed. That's all we could have asked for.
Absolutely.
Facing a Big Ten opponent. 2 more games until conference plays. Coming out of a conference in which you're not going to see a lot of ranked opponents. Don't lose confidence. Chance to still compete, possibly make a run late in the season and fight in that conference tournament. Definitely
some positive moments, obviously, but I'm sure that Coach Box is also going to have a lot of things that he's going to look at during film studies, such as I'm sure free throws obviously will be one of the big things. 46% for free throws, 6 of 13, not good. 29% shooting 3-point on 31 attempts. You imagine if a couple more of those hit, the game script starts to look a lot different. And then obviously just shooting 31% in general is just not a success. A key is not a way to win very often. And so that's a really tough loss, obviously, but a lot of things to look forward to in the future here is, your schedule starts to lighten up a little bit.
Yep, 100%. And all we can say is don't lose confidence, continue to battle, and just look forward to the next game.
Well, for Purdue, their next game will be December 21st versus Indiana State. That'll be a 2 p.m. game. And for Miami, their game will be in Miami this Friday. They'll go to the Christmas Classic and play George Washington, the Colonels. And I'm jealous, I'm going to be honest. They get to go to Miami, and we'll be here in frigid Ohio. But regardless, hopefully they can score a couple wins and win the Christmas Classic for Oxford. Well, we appreciate you tuning in for a very exciting game up until the very end there. I'm Sean. I'm here with my friend Henry, and we are Red Hawk Radio. We really appreciate you listening to Red Hawk Radio. We will be back with you. I'm not sure exactly when our next broadcast is, but regardless, we will be back with you as soon as we can. Thank you so much for listening, and have a good rest of your night.